Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy Monday to you all. Happy Monday. Thank you for being here today. And one of the things I want to say, I hope you guys had a great weekend and I hope everything is well. Mondays is hard because it seemed like the weekend always go so quickly. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you guys very much. And before I get into the topic of discussion, thank you for the messages, the comments. Keep commenting. I want to hear from you guys because I want to know what you guys think about these videos. And, is it resonating with you? Are the messages helping you with your own struggles, with the healing and grief and etc.? And I really hope my personal experiences that I'm sharing with you guys and how I'm getting through all of this is helping you guys. So please keep watching and share the video, subscribe to the channel, tell other people because we're going to be doing some different things here creatively to talk about healing in order to help everyone who watched the channel. Remember, guys, I'm not a certified social worker or therapist. I don't have a degree in that category. I'm someone who went through a lot of challenges in life, down to the ground, less than zero, grief, death, just problem after problem. And I had to find a way to build myself up. Without God, it wasn't possible. And I had to find some creative ways to help myself to get through the pain and the grief and trauma of all of it. So I'm going to do something a little different today, guys. So I have my phone here. I'm wondering how many of you guys know this song. I'm just going to play a little bit of it. If you can hear it. And if you guys know what this song is. I'm just going to stop right there. This song is actually the title of the topic of discussion. It's by the Pet Shop Boys. And the name of it is What Have I Done to Deserve This? I love that song because it's with the Pet Shop Boys. If you guys know him, I'm pretty sure some of you do, along with what's her name? She passed away, I think, in 1999, Dusty Springfield. So if you haven't heard it, go listen to that song. It's called What Have I Done to Deserve This? And I played that because that's actually the topic of discussion today. What have I done to deserve this? Absolutely nothing. And what this is the question that I pose when I think about people coming, people behind the scenes in the background, the haters, the people who, throwing all types of shade and negativity and stuff just because I'm a person, I don't spend any time trying to hurt somebody, trying to set somebody up for failure, or trying to do any low vibrational toxic stuff to people. I'm not there. I'm really healing and building myself up. It's not a game. It's not a joke. It's not a lie. I'm not trying to gain popularity or accolades, as they say. I'm not trying to do any of that. What I'm trying to do is to help people to know that they don't have to be in despair and feeling hopelessness, that there are ways that you can heal, and you can move forward with your life. You don't have to be depressed. You don't have to stay stagnated and stuck due to loss, depression, and trauma. And by me sharing my personal experiences, I'm hoping that a few of you, or people who are going through this, will hear this video and pick up some tidbits that can help you to get through this, just as I have. One of the things when I think about grief and healing, and especially grief and pain, I went through all this by myself, except for with the help of God. But in a natural with people, there was nobody there when I was down to the ground, feeling less than zero. I had to learn how to build myself up, um, get through the pain. And one of the key factors that I'm going to tell you guys that I'm going to be saying over and over redundantly each video, one of the key factors is to bite through, persevere, even when you don't feel like it. Now, guys, I'm a Virgo, and what I would do in the past is procrastinate a lot. Especially when I had a lot of stuff on my plate and I didn't feel like doing it, thinking about it, being analytical. Should I get this done? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? Just going on and on with stuff. And as I'm doing that, time is ticking. Time is going by. Time management was, out the window, and it just, wasted a lot of time. So I learned through meditation, through prayer, how to just get up and do things. Don't think about it. I know I got to do A, B, C, and D. Just get up, get it done. And I'm learning to do that. I'm still struggling with time management. I'm a little better, but not where I want to be. So we all have some struggles, and it's okay if you have struggles. We're human, right? And we all have something, and the best way I can describe it to you is in a metaphor. We all are dealt certain cards in life. We have to play the hands that we were dealt, and we have to find creative ways to do that to help us to get through stuff. Because when you stay stagnated in pain, and you don't have an outlet for it, and it's just within you, it's hard for you to heal when you have pain, deep pain and trauma within you, and you don't get it out. It stays stuck within you, and it's hard to heal. And then when you go into relationships, or whether it's a intimate one or whether it's a friendship, family, whatever, then all these toxic things come out of us because we haven't addressed the issues that really is causing us pain. And if we don't address it, it stays stuck within us. And then it comes out in all these other ways, which are toxic. And I had to learn this. This is why I had to, heal these pains. I have some notes here. Heal these pains and address it. And also what I had to learn to do, which some people struggle with this, but I know I had to do it. Besides looking at in the mirror and telling myself that I am worth it, I had to take accountability for anything that I've done to other people, etc., and just forgive myself for it. One of the things that I had struggled with, and sometimes I still do, but it's getting better, is just if you go back a few videos, I talked about a situation with my mother when she came over to my house. My son was about 4 or 5 years old, and I didn't want to be bothered. Back then I don't know, I just slept a lot, didn't want to be bothered. I guess, I had a son that was colicky, and work and stuff was going on. And sometimes on the weekend, I didn't want to be bothered. She was coming every weekend, and she had, she was doing the grandmother thing, and she had clothes and stuff for him. And because it was every weekend, it's still no excuse, but I'm just saying why I did it. And she came and she knocked on the door. I didn't let her in. And she, in New York, I'm from New York, so she couldn't get in her car and just drive away. She had taken a bus and a train. And I wish I would have never done that. I wish, I could go back in a time machine and change things like in a movie Back to the Future or whatever. But I had to learn to forgive myself for that, knowing that I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form. And I had to take accountability for it because it was wrong on my part. And then I had to forgive myself. And that's what I'm asking you guys who are watching this video. If you have any regrets about a Passover loved one that you didn't get to do something, or that you didn't do what you should have, could have, or would have, address that. One of the ways I addressed it was in therapy. Address those issues, confront them, take accountability for it and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for it. And don't let it linger and continue with the pain and the guilt and all of that, like I did. And it took me a long time to get from A to B to C to D. And but that's one way of healing. I talked a lot about this with my therapist and what it made me feel like, and I should have never did it. More importantly, what it made my mother feel like, because for 5 years thereafter, it put a real strain on our relationship because of it. And I just wish, that I could still go back, but I forgive myself for it because I was a different person back then. You know, um, Never stay in a place of bitterness and resentment, because no matter what it is in life, we all get dealt cards in life. Some people get dealt really good cards, and some of us not so good cards. We have to play our hand well. And what that means is that we can't stay in a place of bitterness and resentment because something happened that should have never happened. Because remember what I said in prior videos, people, that in life, people come into our life and situations for a reason, season, or a lifetime. And I'm going to add, or a lesson, because sometimes we need to learn lessons so that we can grow and evolve, so that we can grow, heal, and evolve, you know. And if the lesson isn't learned, then we repeat them. And when that lesson come back around a second or a third time, it can be worse than ever. Each time it has to come back again, it's going to be worse than the first time. And I try to learn these lessons really quickly, because you know you spin on that wheel. And so what I had to do is forgive myself, forgive the situation, and move on. Now, forgiveness, when we're talking about forgiveness, when people say you have to forgive, forgiveness is not for the other party. The forgiveness is for you, so that you can close the door whatever toxic situation or whatever happened to you that hurt you, so you can address it, take accountability for any part that you played in it, and then just forgive the other person, so that you can close the door and move on with your life. Because when you don't forgive, you stay stuck in that, because it like grows like a bitterness, like a cancer or something, and you stay bitter and resentful. And then when you're in that energy, you can't grow, you can't evolve, you can't have peace. And it took me a long time to get there. I still have my moments, where I have situations with people. Just recently had one. But for me, here's the key factor. I will go above and beyond to work out a situation with someone, to discuss it. And we have to go over it again and again. And we got to come to some kind of understanding. And when I say understanding, I mean like balancing out the scales, so to speak. Um, it's like we have a huge pie on the table. One person doesn't get to eat that whole pie. That has to be shared with the people who are at the table. Everybody get a slice. They may not get the big slice like they want, but they are getting a slice of the pie. And that's how I look at conflict and trying to resolve issues. However, even though that's the case, the other parties have to be willing and want to resolve the conflict. And like I did a video, if you go back probably two videos ago, where I talk about it is very difficult to heal if you ego tripping. Because if somebody is ego tripping, then they are in their ego. They're not trying to resolve issues. They're not trying to hear anything but what they want. And then it just falls apart after that. With me, after I try, and when I see individuals are not on the same page to try to come to an amicable resolution, then the resolution for me is to make my exit, because I'm not gonna spin on a wheel. I've done that time and time again. I'm not gonna be subservient. And I have to be me, and I can't let people mold me into what they think I should be. And that's what I was doing in the past, and that's why I was having a very difficult time healing anything, because I was too busy focusing on being subservient to other people and their needs and trying to help them with their problems. But my problems were being neglected. My situations were being neglected. And I had to learn to redirect the focus on me and my healing because I had a lot to heal, people. And even though I didn't want to address it, I needed to. Otherwise, it stays stuck, stagnated within me, and then I can't grow. I can't evolve. One of the things as I was growing up, I was always told, what happens in this house stays in this house. And that really isn't the right mindset to have, because with that, you can't heal. You can't release the pain. The pain and the trauma have to have an outlet, you know. And if you can't talk about it and you got to stay stuck with the memory of what traumatized you, then you can't talk about it, and they want to, keep you mummed up so that you don't talk about it, then you can't heal it. You can't get rid of the pain. You can't grow and evolve. And it's important to grow and evolve, otherwise you stay stuck for the rest of your life. And one of the places I always encourage everyone to start is with therapy, because therapy is a starting point, where you get a therapist that you vibe with. Google a therapist in a state that you live in, a grief therapy, and then go to some bereavement groups where you're going to hear information from other people on how they are helping themselves to get over the loss of a loved one or a traumatic experience in their life. And it's nothing to be ashamed of, people, because we all have something, you know. And like I just said, I had a hard time forgiving myself because of what I did to my mother. And just, I had to learn how to tell people no as well, because I was just overdoing things, being subservient to people. At one point, not too long ago, I had somebody in my life who came into my life because they wanted to be taken care of. And I'm like, I'm not taking care of anybody but myself and a dog. I don't care who says what, when, why. I'm not doing that. If it's not an equal give and take, I don't want the situation. I don't care what it is, you know. And I had to learn, and my therapist, he doesn't like judge or do anything. He makes me think about things by asking questions a certain way. How did that make you feel? What did you feel like after the fact, and etc., so that I can understand that I needed to change my mindset about a lot of things if I want to move forward and have peace and not be in pieces, and for me to heal and to grow and to evolve, and it wasn't easy. And one of the key factors, keep going. Even if you're a person like me who's an overthinker, which I'm getting better at, just get up and do what you have to do. If you have a list of things, take one, choose one, and just get up and get it done, and then pat yourself on the back. The other stuff can wait for another day. As long as you take that first step, take the initiative, and then be proud of yourself for doing it and reward yourself. Say, hey, I'm going to get this done today. And then I'm going to reward myself, with a piece of cake or a bubble bath or something that you enjoy, you know. And then that's an incentive to get you going in the right direction. And one of the things, as I started to do these things, um, self love started to happen. And then as I self-loved on me, I wanted to take care of myself, especially my health and everything else, taking care of me. And I wasn't doing any of these things before because I was too busy being subservient to the needs of other people, whether it was family members, ex-friends, ex-relationships, ex-business settings, you know. I had to learn that I was important. I'm worth it. So, guys, when you get up in the morning, tell yourself, when you get up, look in that mirror, I am worth it. I deserve an equal give and take in any situation. I don't deserve to be abused, taken advantage of in any shape or form. And as you do that, you can change the situations in your life for the better through your mindset. You know, you can take that card that you were dealt and you can use it to build on, to make you better. And when you build you up, everything else starts to fall into place. One of the key factors that I use is meditation and praying to God, asking God to help me. And I was very sincere about it. And, I just had to do a lot of work. Stay in meditation, stay in prayer. And when someone's throwing negativity my way through haters or whatever, I take that energy, I give it to God, talk to him about it, and tell him if some burdens are really hard, give it to him, because God is gonna handle it. And I know that because he has shown me time and time again he's handling things, especially when I'm not bothering anyone and I'm not setting anybody up or doing anything to hurt people, but to help people. God is going to come through. And I've seen him come through, and I'm cheering him on and giving him the victory, shouting victory as he comes through. Because, you know, sometimes people want to grow and they want to learn, and there's people who want to throw shade, who want to be a hater, you know and if they don't want to learn, they don't want to grow or evolve, because it takes a certain amount of humility and looking at yourself and taking accountability for things, and then telling yourself, I'm imperfect, but I can learn and I can do better. Like I said, life is about lessons. We have to learn them in order to grow and evolve as well. And loving you, knowing that you're worth it. Don't worry about what anybody else have to say or the haters, because it's going to be a lot of them out there. It may be a few, it may be a lot, whatever. But I had to redirect my focus from all of that noise, because I call it noise, that's not amounting to anything, and redirect the focus to me, because I know that I was worth it. And as I start to do that, I start to feel better. As I felt better, I start to do better. And paying it forward on this channel to help other people, turning that pain into power into purpose, to pay it forward and help other people so that they can do the same. I also had to learn, like my therapist used to tell me all the time, your mother would never want you to be in a place of pain where you stay unhappy and depressed and in pain. And I had to learn ways to heal that and build myself up, and learn that I didn't have to have 1,000 people around me to feel any type of to feel good about myself. I had to learn through just, taking care of me, music, doing things that help me to feel better about me and to build myself up, you know, baby steps. And don't rush the process. Everybody, do things at their own pace. The important thing and the key factor is to take that first step. And one of the steps is through therapy, grief therapy. And you don't have to talk to people, everybody, and let them know your business, but the therapist is there to help you, with any pain that you need to release. you know just talking about these things help. Crying, tears, all these things are an outlet for the pain. And then do things that build yourself up. And what I would suggest is being around positive people. If you have people in your life that you're close to, someone to just listen to you, even though they can't change the circumstances or the outcome, they can be there to support you and listen. That's also an outlet for the pain as well. Do things, volunteer work. If the people like to do that, do things that is going to uplift you and make you feel better. And don't be so hard on yourself. Like the topic of this discussion, what have I done to deserve this? And I say absolutely nothing, because there are haters out there that are claiming some sort of form of lies and stuff that is spreading, which I'm not really going to get into. All I can say is, what have I done to deserve this? Absolutely nothing. And it's because I'm growing and evolving, and I'm leaving toxicity behind. And some people feel some kind of way about that. But I can't worry about that. I have to continue to grow and evolve so that I can be the best version of me. And I'm encouraging you all to do the same. Well, that's the message for today. Please share this video. Send me more comments. Let me know what you think of this video. And talk to other people about watching. I can't promise you what time I'm going to be on. What I can tell you, that if you subscribe to the channel, you will get a notification as to when I will be on. I will be here Monday through Friday, and please stop by. And let me know what you think. And you guys have a great day, because I have to get back to work now. But I wanted to be on here and share and uplift you. And thank you all for being here. This is Lisa, always encouraging you to be the best version of yourself possible. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.